Golf Central, brought to you by TaylorMade.
First blush notes regarding the Northern Trust. All 125 eligible players scheduled to compete. The defending champion is Patrick Reed. Remember, he won this event at Liberty National last year. A lot of that was around Bryson DeChambeau in the slow play. And when you take a look at 8 former winners at TPC Boston are going to be in the field. And one note that all the players are going to retain their membership for 2020 into the 2021 regular season, which will begin out there at Safeway. The FedEx Cup standings, there was monetary things on the line yesterday. Justin Thomas had locked up that Wyndham Rewards bonus. He finishes the regular season #1 in the standings. Colin Morikawa, Webb Simpson 1, 2, and 3. We know we've got the staggered start. It worked exceptionally well, I think, by most people's accounts last year. If I said to you right now, tell me who's going to start
at
with
10
that,
under?
Yeah, who's it going to be?
You know, I look at the season that Webb Simpson has had, and I look at his remarkable consistency, and I think that's what it takes in the playoff. Now, you're going to have to win one of these. I mean, you just are. And I think that Webb's clearly capable of doing that. And he's a far different player than he was in 2011 when he rolled into Eastlake in the #1 spot, controlling his own, his own victory or not in that big prize. And he played awful. He finished 22nd. But that's been his worst finish at Eastlake. He's had a couple of top 5 finishes at Eastlake. So I think his consistency, the way he is just through the bag, so good. And he is an exceptional putter. Probably post anchor. He's by far had the most success. And he is he's having that kind of season that I think it points to him starting Eastlake at 10 under par.
The other thing I would say about him, you mentioned 2011, TPC Boston. Whether he got help or not from Ches Reavie, he had won that event.
Right.
So he's had success there. The other thing about Webb that I think benefits him in a season like this, he likes playing. He's accustomed to playing a lot. So this stretch of golf should be right in his wheelhouse, should it not?
Yeah, and Olympia Fields, think of that golf course. I mean, Jim Furyk won the U.S. Open there.
Yep.
I mean, that's a very, a precision-type golf course. It's not necessarily the longest. I mean, although it does have plenty of length. But I think that type of golf course, his success at Boston, and then throw in the success at Eastlake, although he hasn't won one there, he's come close. Here's the
USGA. They posted this on social media. Bob Jones, 5 times, Matt Kuchar, Andy Ogletree, and now Ty Strafacci. Georgia Tech Golf is the first U.S. college to have U.S. amateur champions in back-to-back years with different players. It has a storied history. One of the great college golf programs in America, and he is a product of it.
And I tried to ruin it. No, and look, Georgia Tech, what?
No, look at that guy.
Oh, my gosh. Holy moly. How does my back do that? But, yes, a much younger Trip Eisenhower there, the younger version, and was an All-American at Georgia Tech. So, yes, fond memories of going to school there. There's David Duval on my left. And
Did you tie that tie yourself?
It's a clip-on. I wore clip-ons in college, yeah.
Look, no matter what sport you may play at the collegiate level, there's a tremendous amount of pride.
Yeah,
that is a huge thing.
It is. I mean, I'm proud of Georgia Tech and the program, and Bruce Hepler's done. Puggy Blackman built that program. I played for him. Just great memories there, and it's great to see that Georgia Tech now stands alone, at least as far as the U.S. Amateur goes.
That is really strong. Now, the upcoming USGA Championships, U.S. Open at Winged Foot, September 17th to the 20th. And that U.S. Women's Open, which will be held in Houston, Texas, December 10th to the 13th. Yesterday at the Ladies Scottish Open, Stacy Lewis ended a drought in the winner's circle. It's been a while. She rolled into a 24-foot birdie putt on the first playoff hole in a playoff to grab that first victory since Portland in 2017. Also her first as a mom, which is a glorious thing. Everyone says there's nothing quite like the idea of winning as a parent.
He's like, I don't care. He's like, I don't care. Okay. Okay. No way. No way. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And there is a photo of Stacy with her young daughter, Chesney. Wonderful, wonderful experience, certainly for her to get that win and go back over there. Now, in 2013, at the home of golf at St. Andrews, Stacy Lewis won her second major championship at the Women's Open. Stacy won the title despite making 5 bogeys in her final round, but she called it the greatest triumph of her career, making that putt on the closing hole at the home of golf and having that trophy on the Swoken Bridge. I guess so. Well, this week, it's the AIG Women's Open at Royal Troon. This is the 44th edition of the Women's Open, and it is the 20th year since it was first recognized as a major championship back in 2001. This will be the first of the 4 women's major championships to be contested in 2020. Now, several weeks ago on the European Tour, it was Sam Horsfield in the winner's circle for the first time at the Hero Open. Yesterday, he did it again, taking the title at the Celtic Classic with 67 in the final round, bogey-free for a 2-shot victory. That's pretty good. Win, missed a cut, then won again. That doesn't happen on the European Tour. Now, the European Tour announced today that 2 new dates for their Rolex Series events in 2020. The BMW PGA Championship and the Scottish Open will move up a week and be played in consecutive weeks at the start of October.